onto the court for the opening tip. And the Vikings win the tip and will take first possession. Tom's going to be interesting to see what their game plan is early on and see how this Roselle Catholic defense comes out.
Yeah, Roselle Catholic playing high pressure right off the gate. UC trying to penetrate.
A lot of contact there, wanting the foul, no call. Roselle Catholic, big stop on their first possession, or first defensive possession.
You know, one thing I noticed right off the tip-off is that Union Catholic is ahead in the size department. We got one of the many Sagios to run through this Union Catholic program, and it seems like he's already doing the job, winning the tip, getting the board on offense. He just came ready to play.
Yeah, then gets one on defense. Like you said, that size advantage is going to be big for UC in this one. Roselle playing high pressure, looking quick on their defense, quick on offense. UC's going to have to use that size to their advantage.
Nice move there, step back jumper. Won't go. And both teams doing a great job on the defensive rebounds so far, as we've seen no second chances for that offense as Roselle Catholic comes up the court, sets up their offense.
So Roselle Catholic pressing up by half court right when UC comes through, playing man-to-man. UC sitting back in a 2-3 to start out.
Not too much pressure, like you said, Tom, sitting back in the 2-3, but it's working well so far. Roselle Catholic unable to get any penetration, and a big turnover there. Here come the Vikings on the fast break. Layup, and it is good, and the Vikings take a quick 2-0 lead.
Riley Ramirez with a tough finish there, taking the contact and putting it in. And, you know, that might be the game plan for UC. Some scouting by Coach Young, maybe seeing that Roselle Catholic doesn't have the best shooters in the world. So play that 2-3 zone, be able to limit their interior presence on the offense.
Yeah, and it goes back to exactly what you said, CJ. They have the size advantage. You've seen it there with the nice finish through some contact for the Vikings. And let's see if the Vikings continue to use that size advantage here.
And, you know, just like Tommy said, let's make our Roselle Catholic show off that they have the shooters. Because if they can't shoot, let's just stay in this 2-3 the whole game, guard the paint, and we'll be good.
Yeah, the Vikings looking like they're going to let them shoot the three here. They don't want to let up anything inside, as they are all over the perimeter in this first quarter of action so far. Nice turnaround jumper, and it's good.
Impressive shot there by RC.
And now the Vikings with some pace here, pushing it up the court. Looking to run an offense. Kicks it out, three-pointer. Off the mark. Ball picked up by Saggio. Kicks it out, little fadeaway. Won't go, and RC will take the ball here, push it up the court. Ball all over the place right now. Nobody can control it.
You know what I'm liking this year from the Vikings that we've seen in the past? The Vikings just don't really come out with that much energy in the first quarters. They tend to need time to warm up. I'm liking how they're coming out this year, being scrappy, getting rebounds and running plays and just being aggressive.
Being very aggressive, as you said, CJ. Taking some very high percentage looks. And that one out of bounds, can't be handled by Ramirez.
A lot of physicality to start off this one. We're almost halfway through the quarter. It's just a 2-2 ball game. We've seen a lot of good defense on both ends.
And one thing to notice is that it seems like both teams are going to let the other team shoot. They don't want them to drive inside. I mean, especially for Union Catholic here, you can see nothing in the paint so far. That 2-3 working extremely well. Okay, a foul call there. But still, once again, Union Catholic not letting anything through that 2-3 zone, Tommy.
Yeah, it's definitely their game plan. The guards up top working real hard and not letting the Roselle Catholic guards penetrate. And that's exactly their game plan. If you want to shoot it from the perimeter, beat us on the perimeter. RC not able to do it so far. UC playing fantastic 2-3 zone.
Yeah, another missed three there by RC. Vikings put up another shot. Rebound, Sergio Ramirez steps into a three. A little long. And RC gonna push it here. Nice spin move, step back. Three-pointer. In and out. They just cannot get that three ball to fall here early. Now the Vikings going to slow this game down a little bit. Try to set up their offense. Ramirez handles it at the point. Goes up. A lot of contact. Air ball. Sergio puts it up and one.
Sergio absolutely dominant on the offensive board so far. His third offensive board finally gets the second chance to go and taking the foul and finishing through the contact. That's exactly what you want out of your big man, playing real strong to start out.
And I've liked the way that the Vikings have really played aggressively, as you've spoke on, CJ. How big is that to their game? As we've seen in the past, they haven't played as aggressive, as physical. And what do you see differently right now?
You know, I think with them coming out aggressive, it kind of gives shock to the other team. Because I'm sure these coaches have been here for a long time, and they've seen that the Vikings just don't come out with a lot of energy right off the gate. So they come out shooting. But now this year with us right off the gate, coming ready, good defense all around.
And three ball is good. RC hits their first three-pointer to tie this game up at 5. UC coming with a lot of pressure there with a full court press, and that's going to be a charge on Ramirez, and RC back with the ball. So we saw Union Catholic with a little bit of a momentum play. And then we see RC answer right back with a big three.
Well, it was that change of pace. UC went with the press right after the Sergio free throw.
You see the steal there. Vikings can't control it, bouncing all around.
Getting on the floor, that's the hustle you want to see, able to get it. UC trying to get inside, unable to.
Yeah, again, just Vikings trying to play too fast here, kind of play to the speed of RC. Got a lot of contact there, draws the foul.
Yeah, just as you said, trying to play to the speed of RC. UC after the Sergio free throw, switching from their 2-3 zone to a press, and that allowed RC to be free in the corner for the three ball, which they knocked down. Ever since UC's been playing their 2-3, they've had lockdown defense. I think that's the way to go. When you let Roselle Catholic have free space and be able to run, that's a dangerous, dangerous time to defend RC. So that 2-3 zone's really been locking them down. And that's what you want to stick with instead of those presses, because RC's really been able to handle the fast breaks.
Yeah, so CJ, Tommy touched on what Union Catholic needs to do. They got to stay in that 2-3. What does RC have to do offensively to break that 2-3? I mean, they've gotten nothing inside so far.
You know, I think Roselle Catholic, they just have to start running some more plays. It looks like they're kind of just going with the flow. They're passing it to the wing, and if they got nothing, they're passing it right back to the top, passing it to the wing. If they got nothing, right back to the top. They got to start running some plays, maybe trying to make something happen and get people open.
As UC with the ball here, a little bit more pressure from this Roselle Catholic defense. We'll see what the Vikings can do. Step back three, just short. Rebound Vikings, and again, ball all over the place, but the Vikings come out on top. From the point, takes it in. Almost a great finish there, and again the Vikings with the offensive rebound. Ramirez for three. Bang, it's good. Riley Ramirez from deep, and the Vikings have the three ball working early.
Vikings go right back to the press. Let's see how RC handles it. Able to get a free three last time. UC stunting them for the minute, and let's get back into that 2-3, try to control things.
RC thought about the deep three there, but the Vikings all over it defensively. Just playing good defense. Three ball, it's good, and RC answers once again. Seems like anytime the Vikings get that momentum play, RC is right there to shut it down. As turnaround jumper saved after the air ball. Ramirez from three again. That one off the mark. Vikings looking for a trap there. RC breaks it. Nice move inside, puts it up. No good. Sergio rebounds.
You know, we talk a lot about the aggressiveness, and I'm liking the aggressiveness on the defensive side, but on the offensive side, just like I said about Roselle Catholic, I think the Vikings need to slow down and run some plays and try to get something to happen instead of just passing it and going with the flow.
As we see a jump ball there, and it'll go to Roselle Catholic. as we see once again, Union Catholic just trying to play too fast-paced of the game, Tom. And again, it comes back to bite them with another turnover.
Yeah, it's hard to run with a team like Roselle Catholic. We see UC get a little sloppy, out of control. RC able to break the press, do pretty good on the fast break. I think UC has to play their game and make RC adapt to their pace. Keep in this 2-3 zone, run your plays on offense. It's been working thus far.
3 ball from RC. Won't go. That's going to be off UC and Roselle Catholic ball. Tommy, I completely agree. They have to control the pace of this game. They cannot play to the pace of Roselle Catholic because, as we've seen in this first quarter so far, Roselle Catholic is going to outpace them. Roselle Catholic quick with another 3. Offensive rebound. That one looked like it was off of UC. Tries for the save. Out of bounds. 23 seconds to play in this first quarter of action. Roselle Catholic 9, Vikings 8. Looking to add to that, and Roselle Catholic does with a 3.
And Quaron Williams has been putting on a clinic in the second half of the first quarter. 8 points.
Both teams shooting very well from 3. Roselle Catholic finding their stroke late in this quarter, and a big block there.
UC looking at 2 seconds.
Ramirez gets it again. Last second 3, in and out. So a great first quarter of action. Roselle Catholic 12, Union Catholic 8. Tommy, we saw Union Catholic with a lot of momentum there, but RC always had an answer.
Yeah, I mean, RC definitely answered. Number 2, Quaron Williams stepping up big time. Now if you're UC, the 2-3's been working, but you also got someone else to worry about. Williams has taken over that second part of the first quarter. Clearly their star player. Got to work around him. He's the only guy that's knocked down a 3 right now for RC. They've been shooting, besides that one fast break corner, but when in the 2-3 zone, they're letting them shoot from the wings. Their wing players have not been able to hit. Got to make sure Williams has a hand in his face at all times. And besides that, the 2-3's been working. Make RC play to your pace.
Yeah, and CJ, I mean, we saw the Vikings playing pretty well in the paint. We also saw them hit a couple threes. What do you think their offensive game plan is for the rest of this game?
I think the offensive game plan is just going to be to slow it down. Like I said before, it looks like everything's rushing around, and whenever we look on offense, it seems like the ball's on the floor, running out of bounds, rolling all over the place. We just got to slow it down, get passes anywhere they're easy, and get open shots ultimately at the end of the day.
Yeah, because Union Catholic was finding the open shots pretty well in that first quarter, whether it was finding the open man or creating an open shot, but tried to make the game too fast for themselves. And as CJ said, we saw a lot of balls on the ground, balls just rolling all over the place. So Union Catholic definitely has to slow down this second quarter to try to keep in it with Roselle Catholic.
Yeah, another important thing for UC, their bigs have to continue to play physical. Even when there's been missed shots from the perimeter, especially Saggio, the bigs have been able to grab these offensive boards, give UC second chances, and that's exactly what they need. They need these putback layups in order to stay with it.
RC, great defense. Vikings put up a 3. That one, air ball, and we're going to get an over-the-back call.
You know, on the defensive side here, I wouldn't be surprised to see a little box-and-one action. You know, our zone seems to be working pretty well, so if we stick with that zone and then just put that one man maybe on Quaron Williams, that number 2 who's just been dominating us, maybe that'll make us even better, and then we can take the lead.
Yeah, and the Vikings sticking with the full-court press, and they get the steal. Nice dish, puts it up, can't finish. As Roselle Catholic on the fast break, this is where they've been best, dishes it off, puts it up, and a big deflection there.
Yeah, nice contest.
Vikings looking to get this game back into their pace of play, setting up the offense. Roselle Catholic doing a great job so far on defense, and another turnover, fast break opportunity, nobody to beat. Puts it up, and it's good. RC now a 14-8 lead. And the Vikings seem to have no answer early on in this second quarter, for this Roselle Catholic defense.
Yeah, Ramirez checking back in. RC been giving the high pressure right when the ball passes half court. UC ball handlers going to have to be confident with it and not get plucked. A lot of times we're seeing them drive, turning it over, and that's when we're seeing the ball rolling all around the floor. As we see another deflection there out of bounds. UC's got to be strong with the handle and be able to set up their plays.
CJ, I know you said that Vikings are going to try to run their offense and find the open shots, but right now, this RC defense seems to be all over them. I mean, 2 straight balls poked out of bounds by their defense.
You know, by the looks of it, it looks like they found out who the ball handler was, who was bringing the ball up every single time, and they put their best defender on him. And it seems to be working. Timeout called by Union Catholic there.
That's a smart timeout.
Exactly. It just seems like RC's getting the job done. You know, number 0 playing great defense. He almost had 3 steals that possession alone.
Yeah, Coach Young with a smart timeout there. UC getting a little out of control. I don't know if it's the ball handlers that are in the game right now, but can't seem to just hold on to the ball, allow the play to progress. We're seeing UC try to get guys to free up on a pick at the top of the key, but not even able to set up the play as the ball handler can't hold the ball for more than 3 seconds at this point. We're seeing a lot of deflections.
Yeah, I mean, Roselle Catholic doing a great job switching off on those screens and staying on the ball handlers essentially as soon as they get past half court, Tom, not giving the Vikings any chance really to set up the offense. I mean, if your ball handler's trying to, you know, get away from a defender, he's really not going to be able to look and see who's open, set up the offense. So let's see if after that timeout they come out with maybe a different play, maybe a different formation, as we see them take the ball up once more. And again, all over them. And RC this time finally comes up with the steal. Long pass. Turnaround, hand in his face, no good. Offensive rebound, puts it up, and that one's good.
Second bucket for Malachi Arrington.
You know, you can't win a game without offense, but I think you got to give all the credit to the Roselle Catholic defense right now. I think Union Catholic has to start maybe running some screens so they can get rid of this double team and start to focus up.
Just as you say that, another turnover. Nice move, leaves it short, and looked like UC had it. Ramirez couldn't hold on.
And we're going to see UC's main ball handler come back into the game, 13, Max Gagneron.
You know, I think something else to look at as well as Roselle Catholic's defense, as we see a 3 there off the money, is also their offensive presence on their rebounds. I mean, they've had, on the last 2-3 possessions, they've had multiple second chance opportunities. And a nice behind the back there. As you said, Tommy, main ball handler gets back in. Ramirez puts up a deep 2.
Yeah, Gagneron putting on the moves, and that's who you need, the starting point guard right there. Max Gagneron breaking some ankles first, getting a nice dish, unable to finish, but he's right there getting the long rebound too. You need these guys setting the pace for Union Catholic.
And you know, Nick, I heard you talk about the second chance opportunity, getting those offensive rebounds. But as you saw with our last 2 possessions, when our starting point guard wasn't in the game, we weren't getting a chance to get those second chance opportunities because we weren't getting shots up. So if we can get shots up, I trust that our big men and our aggressive rebounders can go in, get the board, and then put it up for an easy 2.
Yeah, with Ramirez back in, Saggio has played most, if not all, the minutes so far in this game. I would expect to see him in for a majority of this game. As you said in the beginning, CJ, this Union Catholic team does have the size advantage. As you talk about size advantage,
trying to get it up and over Saggio, that's a tough task to handle. UC with a bit of a switch there, going man-to-man defense instead of their regular 2-3. Have had a dry spell on offense for quite a while. They were up in this game 8-6 and now 16-8. UC has not scored in a very long time. Gonna need to set something up. Sometimes it's just a little layup to get the momentum going, but a block from behind.
Yeah, Gagneron gets back in, gets the ball, puts up a shot, but RC still just all over Union Catholic. It's almost like they don't care who has the ball. They're saying we're gonna be all over you, and we're not gonna pretty much give you any air. I mean, that's been the story of this. We're gonna have a violation there.
Yeah, movement on the baseline.
Yeah,
so RC gonna handle it. UC looking at the press once again.
And the press broken pretty easily. But again, going against Saggio, it's gonna be tough to get shots up over that long reach of Saggio.
Yeah, his interior presence has been felt today, but a nice move there by Roselle Catholic.
And, you know, we looked in the first quarter, and Union Catholic was shutting down Roselle Catholic with that 2-3 defense and no press. So I think maybe we got to make a change and take off that press, because them getting the fast break points and having a 2-on-1 opportunity every time isn't working.
And Ramirez going to put up an underhand shot, rolls around and goes out.
3-on-1. Zaire Carter looking to get back.
Yeah, RC with numbers, draws the contact, gets the foul. Yeah, CJ, I completely agree. I mean, the 2-3 was working really well. Why go to a full court man-to-man press?
You know, I'm thinking Coach Young is trying to put a little more aggressiveness on the floor, because if we get in that full court press and if we get the steal every once in a while, I think we'll have the easy 2, the easy 3 if we kick it out. I just think that's what he was looking for, but as of now, the looks of it, it's not really working out.
And Tom, I mean, we've seen an 8-0 run from RC since Union Catholic has switched out of that 2-3 zone. I mean, at what point do you say, all right, that worked for us in the first quarter, as you see a fast break again and just leaves it short at the rim?
Lone layup there. UC getting another life. Got to get some rebounds on the defensive end.
Yeah, a little hook shot there.
And you're playing a team like Roselle Catholic, you got to be able to do the little things right. You got to get a hand in their face on the shots. You got to be able to get those rebounds. You can't give a team like this second, third, fourth chance opportunities.
As an open 3 there, short. And the Vikings able to corral that rebound. So as I was saying, Tom, an 8-0 run since switching out of that 2-3 zone. I mean, what are the Vikings going to do? I mean, do you go back to the 2-3 zone? Do you stick with the press, see if it works?
Yeah, there's two sides of the ball. I mean, I think the 2-3 is definitely the way to go. It left RC having to shoot from deep, not being able to get inside, as they've had so much success recently on these fast breaks. It's a mid-range off there, but there's another side of the ball. UC's got to get something going on offense, whether it's just a layup, a short mid-range, any basket to get the momentum going.
And, you know, you look on offense, Union Catholic has taken, I think, almost 6 threes this quarter alone, and we haven't made one. We haven't scored since the first quarter, so I think we got to lay off the threes a little bit, stop being so quick on the trigger, and maybe drive in for a few layups, get some easy points.
Yeah, that's what worked for Union Catholic in the first quarter, and as you said, CJ, held scoreless for the entirety of this quarter so far, as Ramirez puts it up. Nice underhand finish.
Brilliant layup there. We're getting a whistle. Ref having a little word with Coach Young, but how about that layup from Riley Ramirez? Some artwork on that finish.
That was the whole jelly package right there. That was a beautiful finish to break UC's dry spell.
Some absolute pristine layage by Riley Ramirez.
That's exactly the person you need to break this dry spell. UC with 10 points. Ramirez got 7 of them.
And Coach Young is teed up. In a very quick turn of events, not sure what the conversation on the floor was about, but a warning was issued and a technical foul just seconds afterwards.
Coach Young, a very vocal coach. I'm pretty sure just trying to get his players' attention after that basket to set up for defense. Maybe came on the court a little bit, ref having a word, but a quick technical assess after a quick conversation.
Yeah, now 2 shots from the line and possession. First one is knocked down.
You know, one thing I got to give to this Roselle Catholic team is that they do a lot of the fundamental things right. They haven't missed many free throws, a lot of the open layups. I mean, granted, you're going to miss a few, it happens, but they've made, I think, almost every single free throw this game, and every open layup has pretty much been drained.
Yeah, as they hit 2 of 2 from the line right there. As UC alumni great Chris Burley once said, free throws are free, they are not $1. And RC taking advantage of that there, basically taking the free points, as Ramirez with a big block, showing his presence on both ends.
Ramirez trying to get this momentum back in Union Catholic's favor, doing it on both ends. UC, a lot of their other players got to catch some of that and run with it. UC's got to get on a little bit of a run here as it's 22-10.
That's a nice dish. 3 ball.
Whistle before the shot.
We got an on the floor foul there.
I believe that was on number 11, Leroy Cornett.
So Ramirez to inbound into Gagneron, out to Carter. UC going to look to set up their offense.
And again, all over the Vikings. A lot of contact and a foul.
Now, we talked about Roselle Catholic doing these fundamental things right, making their free throws. Let's see if Union Catholic could do it themselves.
And here's another key point. CJ, you talked about a lot of the missed threes from UC this quarter. RC being able to hit a lot of their free throws. UC one trip to the line, and it was on a second chance opportunity by Sean Saggio on an and one. There's the other part about attacking the basket. Not only can it be layups, it could be fouls, and be able to earn your way from the free throw line as Zaire Carter knocks down the first one.
Yeah, and that's something that the Vikings have really strayed away from, that they did really well in the first quarter. I mean, we're being very physical, had no problem driving into the paint, drawing a lot of contact, getting to the line, and that part of the game kind of disappeared in the second quarter, and it's evident that worked because the Vikings now down 9.
11. 22 to 11.
Had my last final today. I'm kind of checked out from the whole school thing.
Makes it a 10-point game. UC trying to draw this momentum back in before halftime.
Sticking with the full court press. Interesting, and they throw it away there.
That's what you like to see.
I'm liking that full court press there because before it looked like they were all over the place. They really didn't have a set formation going, but there it looked like they were ready to go. They had the double team set, and they forced a turnover.
A double team on Gagneron, leaving Carter wide open.
There you go. Maybe Coach Young is listening to the live stream, heard that they need to get a few easy baskets, layups, stop chucking up those three-pointers. Seems to be working pretty well.
And, you know, that's just one of the many assets to having Gagneron in the game. I mean, a great ball handler and forces a double team as RC answers right back once again. A little jumper of their own. The Vikings looking to cut this lead from double digits here going into the half. Gagneron's shot, that's good.
Stop and pop is money for Max Gagneron, his first bucket of the day.
Vikings finding their stroke offensively. Let's see if they can keep it up defensively.
And they're calling it 10 seconds.
Good defense from the Vikings there. I don't know if it was Coach Young getting teed up. Maybe it gave us a little extra energy push. But, hey, it seems to be working. And, hey, maybe come second half, Coach Ryan's going to have to get one too so we can take the lead.
Hey, sometimes in sports, if you see your coach being that passionate, it affects the players. It gets them a little fired up as well.
Yeah, Coach Young obviously seeing something, Tommy, that we didn't see up here with that full court press. I mean, 2 forced turnovers as the Vikings unable to handle that one, excuse me.
Yeah, looking inside for Saggio, and there's another switch up for Roselle Catholic as well. Maybe seeing UC stray away from the threes. RC was in a 2-3 zone on that last possession. So instead of the high pressure allowing guards to get inside, they're bringing the 2-3, trying not to let UC get in the paint. Nice finish there.
As that one right over Saggio. It's almost like each team switched up their defensive plan for the other team's plan. I mean, we saw Roselle Catholic come out in a man-to-man defense. Then we saw Union Catholic come up as we are approaching the last seconds. 2 seconds. Ramirez puts up a 3. Won't go, just long. And that'll do it for the first half of action. Roselle Catholic 26, Union Catholic 16. CJ, going to come over to you first. I mean, Union Catholic came out strong. Catholic, Tommy Armstrong. I'm going to
have your halftime locker room speeches, your Young's game plan on defense as well.
One of the best programs in the state. I mean, their varsity team, as we said before, ranked number 2 in the state. So for Union Catholic's JV team, this would be a big win, a big confidence booster going into the rest of the games that they got for the rest of the season.
Absolutely. Freshmen started out with a blowout win. We'll see if JV can get a come-from-behind win here as we start this second half. and Roselle Catholic starts with the ball.
Looks like the Vikings back in a 2-3 zone. Worked very well for them in the first quarter. Looking to see if they have that same luck here in the second half. It's 26-16 in favor of Roselle Catholic. And right now, this defense is doing exactly what it did in the first quarter.
I like Coach Young's game plan on defense as well, switching up defenses. Giving Roselle Catholic different looks, going from a press to 2-3, sometimes hitting them with the man, just throwing different things at them so they continually have to adjust and can't get settled into a rhythmic offense.
As a nice pass into Saggio, can't handle it. And Roselle Catholic going to look to push it up with that speed.
Big block there.
A lot of contact in the block, no foul, and a huge block there. Again, Union Catholic's size advantage coming into play.
Roselle Catholic almost having an open layup there. Kevin Philliston, not in his house, getting that thing way out of bounds. And now RC going to look to set it up once again.
And if you're Roselle Catholic, you got to think, if you're driving into the paint and Saggio's in there, you have to anticipate a hand coming up at some point. I mean, we've seen guys, and a 3 there, excuse me, I believe it was actually a deep 2. As I was saying, we've seen many of Roselle Catholic's players have to switch the way they're shooting the ball, especially on layups, to try and avoid Saggio. And, I mean, they went to the perimeter on that possession, and it worked out in their favor.
Now RC hitting UC with a taste of their own medicine, giving them a 2-3 zone to start out this half. And it's worked for 2 possessions straight, 2 turnovers forced by Roselle Catholic, and deep the other way.
And 2 turnovers turn into 2 quick scores. And it's going to be a timeout for the Vikings.
Great timeout call there for Mr. Young, maybe slowing down the momentum a little bit. Looks like Roselle Catholic was really getting ahead of us there, looking like the Vikings, how we came out in the first quarter, playing great on defense, getting those easy buckets on offense. Hopefully we can switch the roles a little bit, and then the Vikings can start scoring.
Yeah, those second half adjustments big, as I was just mentioning right before the half started. Roselle Catholic giving UC a 2-3 zone, forcing 2 quick turnovers, and then leading to easy fast break points. Union Catholic's defense has looked strong. It's just 2 transition plays right away, able to give RC 2 easy buckets.
Yeah, and again, it's the speed of Roselle Catholic that is killing Union Catholic's defense. I mean, it's one thing to give up a turnover in your offensive end, but then it's another to have a wide open guy on the other end. I mean, this team is so quick. There's always somebody at the other end of the court to get a nice long touchdown pass, if you will, for an open layup, and we saw it there in the first 2 scores of this quarter.
Yeah, and if you're Union Catholic's guards, you got to notice that that ball was being tossed around in the paint. RC eventually coming up with it. UC's got to be able to get back on defense in order to stop that open layup. But RC coming out with 4 quick points to start and bringing their lead back to 14.
Little stop shot there, won't go. UC kind of forcing their shots here as Roselle Catholic going to go with the pace again, and Union Catholic denies it. And again, Union Catholic, sloppy possession. Roselle Catholic going to drive inside. Too strong.
You know, one thing I see from our Union Catholic team is that we really can't execute that fast break. Every fast break we've had, it seems like we're a little too fast for ourselves at the moment, and we just can't seem to get a handle on the ball and then get stuff to happen.
As a 3rd or 4th straight turnover now, wide open layup, and the putback is good. Roselle Catholic, definitely the way they wanted to start this second half.
Yeah, quick pace, anticipating almost every pass by UC.
As Ramirez 3-ball off the mark, UC saves it. Great save. And the Vikings put it up for 2.
That's hustle there by Zaire Carter. That's what you need. You need to play that hard-nosed physical basketball for UC if you want to end up winning this game.
Now the Vikings going to switch back to a full-court press, force the travel. And it will be their ball. This game going back and forth with the turnovers, it seems, right now. Both teams maybe a little over-amped coming out of halftime. I mean, they played a hard 1 half of basketball coming out, and they just want to get the ball in their hands.
Yeah, both teams not making the smartest passes. There's no need for UC to rush in this situation. I mean, definitely down a significant amount, but it's not a time in the game where, oh, I got to score in order to come back. You got a lot of time. You're able to set up your offense, take the smart shots that you were taking at the end of that second quarter in order to climb your way back into this game.
And the Vikings doing a better job, it seems, on this possession especially, of kind of slowing the game down, as you talked about, CJ, and running their offense the way it's meant to be run. You saw a lot of passes, get one up to Saggio. He draws the foul. And now the Vikings looking to score. Another nice attempt there from Ramirez, won't go. RC 3-ball.
You know, looking at this Union Catholic as a fast break opportunity is occurring.
And Ramirez going to go up, a lot of contact, draws the foul.
So now since we're shooting free throws, a lot of things from this Union Catholic team, as you talked about with all these passes occurring, we have a lot of playmakers on this team. We have a lot of people who can handle the ball, a lot of people who can throw that pass, thread the needle. So I think we got to really focus in on those attributes that we have. Keep working on our ball handling. Keep working on passing, ball movement. That'll make holes in the defense so then we can get those easy layups and easy free throws.
As Ramirez goes to the line to shoot 2. See if the Vikings can capitalize, and they have. Both teams shooting very well from the line. As we talked about earlier, Tommy, a huge part of this game, and if Union Catholic wants to get back in it, they got to keep shooting like they have. As Ramirez's second shot, just short, but Union Catholic with the rebound. Back to Ramirez. He's going to go up and fouled again.
Ramirez not afraid to take it into the paint and take some contact. That's exactly what you need from UC. He's knocked down his first few free throws, missing that last one, but if you can keep getting to the free throw line, there's a good shooter to put there in order to get free points.
That one free throw that he missed, I think that was the first missed free throw of the game. So hoping he can come back. He'll come back on this one, make this one, and then get the momentum going back in the Union Catholic Vikings' favor.
And the Vikings going back to that offensive game plan that we said, being more physical, more aggressive, getting into the paint. That's where they're best. I mean, we talked about it time and time again. They have the size advantage. Use it. If you have the size advantage, there's no reason to be shooting threes. I mean, get the rebounds as you've been doing, as the Vikings with another offensive board and drive into the paint.
You know, Max Gagneron really showing off his leadership skills, getting 2 rebounds off missed free throws, that possession alone. And he's the main ball handler on this Vikings team, really showing his attributes. And hopefully in these upcoming years, he'll be one of the star varsity players.
Yeah, and a great job by Gagneron. Not the tallest guy in the court, but a lot of hustle to get those boards. As the Vikings directing traffic here, getting the offense set up. Gagneron, nice handles. That ball tipped around and foul called.
It's what you like to see from Union Catholic. 4 fouls right now on Roselle Catholic. If you can get towards the bonus in this third quarter, that's big time for the fourth quarter to come, especially that UC has 0 fouls for their team.
Gagneron stops again, puts it up. Won't go. RC running up the court. Fast break opportunity.
Gagneron able to get to that spot with ease, just unable to knock down his last few mid-range attempts.
3-ball off the mark, but it's going to be an over-the-back call, I believe, on the Vikings.
You know, I know there was a foul on that play, but I just got to say, great transition defense from the Vikings there. That was one of the best fast break defenses I've seen this game by the Vikings. Just executed to perfection and stopped that 3-on-2 with ease.
As 3-ball is up, and it's good.
Malachi Arrington has been a huge scorer for this Roselle Catholic team after the first quarter.
Yeah, Roselle Catholic finding their stroke again from 3. Pass across the court to Saggio. Saggio puts it up, won't go. Gets his own rebound, puts it up, and one again.
Seems like that's Saggio's specialty. He gets the easy layup, misses the layup, gets the rebound, and gets an easy N1 opportunity every time. I just think he likes to look at the 3 points on the scorecard better than the 2.
He's waiting for the foul in order to put in the layup. His bread and butter are these offensive boards and these putbacks.
I mean, hey, not a guy that's going to go out and knock out 5-6 threes a game for you, but hey, if he's going to the line and doing that, 2 converted and 1s, it's almost as good if he's going to do that a couple times a game.
Yeah, 2 for 2 from the stripe. A couple key rebounds. Nice defense by UC, unable to put in that layup.
And another offensive rebound, and they put it up and in.
And that's the hard playing that we talked about coming into this half. We got to be aggressive, go for those rebounds, get those second chance opportunities, and keep putting points on the board.
Yeah, the Vikings coming out, forcing a Roselle Catholic timeout as they've cut this deficit down to 13, playing much, much better here in this second half of basketball. CJ, what are you seeing different from this Union Catholic squad on offense?
You know, what I'm seeing different about this Union Catholic squad is that they're not rushing their shots. They're taking time, they're passing the ball around, and waiting for those good opportunities so they can get that easy layup, get those free throws, and even if they missed a layup, they have Saggio, Michael Moore in the paint, getting those easy rebounds and getting easy putback layups.
Yeah, I think it was about settling into the second half. It was all about relaxing. They had a lot of turnovers to start out this half, being more careful with the ball. They're more amped up on defense, causing turnovers, and they're able to convert these layups and free throws, which has brought them back. At one point, they were down 16 or 18, and now they're within 13. We'll see if they can claw in single digits.
Yeah, whatever Coach Young said to the Vikings team at that timeout at about 4 minutes, 30 seconds, he did a great job saying it because it really changes the energy in this gym.
As the press still going to be on. Now fast break, RC with numbers, dumps it off. Easy lay-in for 2. Roselle Catholic leads 39-24 as they're coming with some pressure of their own. And a very aggressive defensive play there going to result in the foul. Talking about it, Tom, closer and closer to the bonus, and there we go, 1-1 for the Vikings.
And you know, one more foul needed.
There we go.
But you know, Quarren Williams getting into a bit of foul trouble, I believe. He's had 2 fouls this quarter alone, and if we add up the other quarters, he's probably really close.
Yeah, it's a key player for RC. High pressure from RC, and the other way, Arrington. Oh, going for the dunk.
Now the Vikings fast breaking their own, stops, shoots. And we're going to get a foul called.
And I'm sorry, tough move there by Arrington. I mean, you got a wide open fast break. You got a chance to blow this game wide open. If you're throwing down that dunk, you got to make it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, in a game like this, I can understand if it's a blowout in the fourth quarter, but I mean, you still got a lot of game left to play. Wide open layup, as you said. For me, I'm taking the layup. I mean, if I could dunk, I obviously can nowhere near come close to dunking, but if I could, I would take the wide open layup, I think.
You know, I get really excited when I touch the backboard, so if he can dunk, hey, they have the lead. Let the man dunk, because if he puts that dunk down, then the game really starts to open up.
Definitely blow open, but we're looking at a almost 4-point swing. 3-point swing there. RC could have had 2 free points. And now UC getting 1 free throw and the ball with it. So, I mean, big swing there. It's what can keep UC in this game.
And the Vikings, little give and go. Ramirez handles the ball up at the point. About 2 minutes left in this third quarter of action. As Roselle Catholic all over him, and
It's going to be the bonus.
that is going to be the bonus.
Michael Moore to the line for a 1-on-1.
So as we said, Tom, this could be big for the Vikings. I mean,
Yeah, huge.
in the bonus already here. And if they can keep converting, again, these are 3 points for the Vikings.
Yeah, if you got some of your better free throw shooters at the line, as Moore knocks down the first, if you can get RC to keep fouling, playing this aggressive ball, bringing it to the line, this might be your ticket back into single digits.
Yeah, we talked about Union Catholic's aggressive nature, especially, driving into the paint, drawing the fouls, but another aspect of that is obviously the foul trouble, and we were seeing that very early on here for Roselle Catholic as that one off the mark, loose ball.
Gagneron with the hustle again.
And it's going to be a jump ball. And that is going to be Union Catholic ball.
Pure hustle out of Gagneron. That's what you love to see out of your floor general, your starting point guard. Anytime a ball on the floor, he's right there with it.
You know, Gagneron, I think he's the definition of hard over height. guy, from the looks of it up here, he's the smallest guy in the court. And the last 5 times the Viking has been getting free throws, he's gotten the rebound every single time.
Yeah, clutch offensive rebounds leading to second chances. UC unable to convert there.
And UC with the pressure in the backcourt, forcing the turnover. And this game plan by Coach Young is working well with the press.
Yeah, the press has been strong. A couple times Roselle Catholic had an easy layup off of it. Going to happen with a press. You'd love to sharpen that up a little bit, but it's been working. And now 2 men sent on Gagneron.
And that one slips through Ramirez's hands, but off of Roselle Catholic. UC with a lucky break there.
You know, one thing I'm liking about our defense in this second half is that we're not waiting for Roselle Catholic to get set.
And a nice feed there for 2.
Easy bucket.
So like I was saying, we're not waiting for Roselle Catholic to get set. Whenever they get the ball is when we're applying that pressure, and all these turnovers are getting forced, and we're getting the ball back in the Viking possession. Because before the half, we were letting them get set. We were letting them make the play, see the floor. Now if we're putting the pressure on them, they got to make these decisions in minimum time. And as we could tell, they can't make those decisions.
Yeah, and as much as we talked about Union Catholic slowing down the game, it seems that the pace that they're playing at is almost getting to Roselle Catholic right now. They've sped up the pace of the game, and it's worked out. As the ball flying all over the place, long pass,
wow,
kept alive, wow. Great hustle play by Roselle Catholic.
So you saw early on Roselle Catholic, one-on-one pressure every time UC brought up the ball. Now sending even 2 defenders once the ball crosses half court. A lot of pressure up top for UC's guards to handle and able to force a lot of turnovers from it. And now they're just begging UC to pressure them, just holding the ball up at half.
Yeah, I mean, usually you see teams wait for the last shot as that one thrown away.
I think Roselle Catholic really shouldn't be begging for that pressure, because as we can see, when they get that pressure, plays aren't being made. They're bobbling balls, they're throwing balls 10 feet over guys' heads. Like, they just got to slow it down.
They've been very sloppy in the recent time.
I mean, an interesting strategy there. 55 seconds left. It almost looked like they were waiting for the last shot. As Gagneron almost throws that away. Great job to keep it. A lot of contact and draws the foul.
Michael Moore headed to the line once again. 1 for 2 in his first trip to the line.
17 seconds left in this third quarter. 2 big free throws for Moore. Let's see if he can keep shooting well from the stripe.
Yeah, try to cut this to single digits. Exactly what UC needs to go to the fourth quarter.
A little confusion there by everybody. Thought it was a 1-and-1 opportunity, but that was a shooting foul, so you're again at least 2.
Let's see if Gagneron can stay to his high standards and get another offensive rebound.
It just sneaks in there and finds a rebound every time, but the made free throw will do instead.
17 seconds left. Vikings still with the pressure. Little bobble. And he throws it away, but off of Union Catholic. So with 11.2 to go in the third quarter, Roselle Catholic will inbound the ball. As they bring it up the court.
Williams looking to go one-on-one, 5 seconds.
With 3 to go, he shoots. Off the money, rebound, puts it up. And looks like Ramirez might have gotten a hand on that one. And it does not go in. So Union Catholic cuts the lead down to 10. Tommy, this fourth quarter, this is going to be a big, big quarter, obviously, for Union Catholic. 10 points. It's a doable comeback. I mean, the way they've been playing, I think 10 points could be erased. A 10-point deficit could be erased off the board pretty quickly.
Yeah, I love how they've been playing in the end of that third quarter, especially. But here's the problem for UC: you're down 10-point deficit, and you're not even averaging 10 points per quarter at the moment. So you're gonna need to score 10 and a lot more in order to catch Roselle Catholic and then win this game when it comes down to the final minutes. A lot of time in the fourth quarter, much more high intensity though, a lot of pressing, a lot of turnovers happening. So if you could keep forcing those turnovers like we've seen recently, have those easy layups, 5 buckets, you're right back in it.
And CJ, if you're Union Catholic, who are you turning to in this fourth quarter to put the team on their back and to claw their way back into this one.
You know, I think we got to just keep doing what we're doing. Give it to our leader, Max Gagneron, and just keep letting him make things happen. Because as we see, if we get the ball in his hands, he's facilitating the court, he's seeing men cut through the lane, and he's finding the easy passing for the layage every single time.
Yeah, he has had some great moments in this game. A lot of stats, but a lot of stats that aren't going to show up on the score sheet. A lot of hustle plays, and overall just one of the more aggressive players in this Union Catholic team, offensively and defensively, as Roselle Catholic starts with the ball in this fourth quarter of action.
Union Catholic's defensive unit as a whole has been playing very impressive. Gagneron a big part of that, as CJ said. I'm also looking at Riley Ramirez to be your scorer. He's the leading scorer right now for UC. He's got to be able to get some tough buckets when it matters.
And you know, Tommy, you said coming into the third quarter that the third quarter is a big momentum changer for the game itself. And by the looks of it, I think the Vikings took that momentum away from RC. They came out in the second quarter coming for heads. They came ready to play, getting steals, getting layups, making N1 opportunities, and capitalizing on the free throw line. So I just think we got to keep doing what we're doing, getting those steals, playing great defense, and ultimately we'll come out with the dub tonight.
There's been a lot of change in momentum. We mentioned it at halftime. It almost seems like every half of a quarter has a different owner of it. Roselle Catholic coming out strong at the beginning of that third quarter, and then a big turnaround for UC, able to come back in. UC right now going to need to own this whole fourth quarter if they want to win this game. But RC starting out with 2 points immediately, bringing it back to a 12-point lead.
Yeah, and that's what great teams do. They're going to continue to kill you from the line if you let them. As the Vikings trying to break the press here, do so, get it to Gagneron. And man, he is just shifty with that ball, Tom.
Yeah, his handle's been fantastic. A lot of holes in this defense right now. Seems like they're really concerned about Gagneron leaving a lot open in the paint. UC's got to be able to find some of these and get the easy basket.
And I mean, obviously no time to rush. You have 7 minutes left, but could you expect a little bit more of a fast-paced offense from UC coming out in this first possession?
Well, quality over quantity, Nick. I'm looking for the good shot, not the most shots you could possibly get. Don't rush the shots. Don't be just chucking up threes or taking a bad layup if it's not there. Be able to run your offense. You got to get the smart shot, because at the end of the day, you're going to need the ball to go in the basket in order to get some points.
I agree completely, as Ramirez, a lot of contact, no call. And now Roselle Catholic with numbers, dumps it off, puts it up for an easy 2. And now the Vikings needing a score here, as that one corralled well by Moore. But Roselle Catholic defense all over the Vikings.
Saggio has some positioning. Maybe try to get it into your bigs. He's had a strong day inside.
And not the time to do it right there.
They're trying to force that one in at a bad time. Roselle Catholic been strong at the start of every quarter since the second quarter. UC able to shift it back their way towards the end of the quarter. But UC can't wait. You can't come back from a 14-point lead once it's too late.
Three
gotta
ball,
get something
and that's
going.
good. 14 now to 17. And Roselle Catholic just working right now, CJ.
You know, Roselle Catholic just firing on all cylinders right now. Defense impeccable, getting steals left and right. They're finding, even though they might have some holes here and there, they're still getting the stops. And on the offensive side, they're just scoring on all aspects. Layups, free throws, and now 3-point.
And that 3 ball there from the Vikings, no good.
RC looking at another fast break, but pulling it out instead.
And we're going to get a foul call there on Gagneron.
Roselle Catholic is trying to shave some clock, maybe look for an easy basket instead of continuing to run with this one. Zaire Carter checking back in for the first time in a while, one of the starters of this UC team.
Yeah, you got to think if you're Roselle Catholic, if you want to slow this game down, you want to make your possessions as long as you possibly can. I mean, a pretty comfortable lead for them, trying to just let the clock run out as we see a little mishandle there. Vikings put it up in a big pin off the backboard. And a fast break opportunity here for Roselle Catholic. Puts it up, easy 2.
And that is a momentum change right there. You know, we get the steal, we have the fast break, and they just come out like I said, firing on all cylinders, the big defense, and then easy layup on the other end.
Ramirez puts up a three, short. Looked like a lot of jersey grab there on Saggio. No call, 3-ball, and that one's good. We're gonna get a timeout called. So, Tommy, we see right there, Roselle Catholic with a huge momentum play. I mean, the Vikings knocking down a three, but you got to think that Roselle Catholic still has that momentum.
Yeah, Nick, I'm still in shock from that block off the backboard. A turnover at the top of the key, but man, hustling back and absolutely sending that one. Not letting any layups on the fast break, keeping an easy bucket from UC, and then coming on the other end, Roselle Catholic putting an easy layup themselves. I mean, that's a total heartbreaker if you're UC. Thought you had a little bit of change there on the turnover, and then Roselle Catholic says, nope, we're going to keep this 16-point lead. Tough one to come back from at this point.
And CJ, it's almost like this Roselle Catholic defense has gotten better with each quarter. I mean, right now playing probably easily the best they have this whole game. The Vikings, a tough hill to climb back from 16 points with 5 minutes to go, but what do they have to do? I mean, I know you said it, you got to slow it down, but I feel like now is more time than ever to put the pedal to the metal and speed it up a little bit.
You know, looking at the Vikings offense, I think they got to change something up, because by the looks of it, they've been running the same offense this entire game, and as we can tell, Roselle Catholic has switched from it, and they found a way to stop it every single time now.
And another easy fast break layup there.
Strong finish by Williams.
And the Vikings, once Roselle Catholic breaks that press, the Vikings just not able to do much. As Ramirez is going to swing it. Back to Ramirez. Contact, puts up the shot. And that's going to be on the floor, I believe. No.
Either way, two shots.
Yep.
We're at the 10th foul. And we're going to see Quarren Williams check out for the first time in a long time for Roselle Catholic. He's been the pace setter for this team, the floor general. He's had quite a day.
Ramirez shooting 2 shots. Roselle Catholic 50, Union Catholic Vikings 33, 4 minutes, 41 seconds to go. As Ramirez will shoot his second from the line, won't go. Jump ball, and that will go to Roselle Catholic.
The press definitely going to be on here for UC. Got to force a lot of turnovers at this point if you want to win this game.
The only problem with that, Tommy, is once they break the press, you got numbers 2-on-1, and
Gagneron.
A great hustle play there once again by Gagneron.
Nice steal there, great anticipation, hustling from all the way on the other side of the court. But UC's got to speed up this offense.
3-ball won't go. Rebound, Vikings puts it up, and he will be shooting 2 from the line.
And you know, we talked about before the Vikings slowing the game down, getting the layups. But as you said, Nick, we're getting closer to the ending final minutes of this game. We got to start putting the pedal to the metal. Maybe start letting it loose from the 3-point line, seeing if we got any real shooters on this team, and then we can potentially break through and start a comeback.
Yeah, at the beginning of this quarter, I talked about quality shots over quantity, but that was with 7.5 minutes and only a 12-point lead. You're looking at a 17-point deficit with just 4 minutes left in this game. You're going to have to speed up this offense and look to get any decent looks that you can.
And for a team, as you said, Tommy, not even averaging 10 points a quarter, is a tough task to ask them. That's a good start right there with the steal. Gagneron looks for anybody, gets to Ramirez, thinks about the 3. And a beautiful finish once again by Ramirez. Wow.
Looking like an absolute acrobat when he goes up for the layup every single time.
He didn't even use, that was just nothing but net. That was a beautiful layup.
Yeah, straight in there.
And then Roselle Catholic back down the other end for a quick 2.
Nice pump fake. That's Arrington once again. He's got 15 points on the day.
As you see, like you said, CJ, might just start letting it loose from 3. Need a lot of points in not that much time. Still trying to work it inside, and the Vikings get the benefit of that call, and they will retain the ball.
You know, when we look at it, we talked about before in the earlier minutes of this game that Roseville Catholic doesn't make mistakes. They haven't really missed many of their shots. They're taking quality shots. They're making those shots. They're breaking this fast break. I just think Union Catholic, we need to stop trying to force the ball in the middle and try to get some open shots, maybe around the perimeter, so we could start cutting into this lead.
And a turnover there. RC's defense once again showing its strength as another wide open layup and another easy basket for Roseville Catholic.
Bringing that to a 19-point lead for the Lions.
And a high pass to Gagneron. He's not going to be able to corral that one. And another turnover.
Yeah, UC getting a little sloppy. RC keeping up the pressure. And UC knowing that they're going to have to score 20 points in order to win this game in a short amount of time.
Roseville Catholic with possession here. Not stopping either. Going to go right to the basket. Rebound, put back, no good. Put back again, and that one falls.
Malachi Arrington once again.
And Roseville Catholic just playing well in every aspect of the game right now. I mean, they have the fast breaks working. Their defense has been awesome as they find a quick hole there and a quick two for Gagneron. The Vikings still going to keep up with the press. But again, Roseville Catholic breaks it, and another fast break layup. 58-37, 2 minutes to play. See a turnover there and a foul by Gagneron.
And you know, you need offense to win a game, but I think that we got to give this credit to the Roseville Catholic defense. They're playing phenomenal defense now. 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and they're holding the Vikings to barely even scoring 10 points a quarter at the moment. So if they can keep this up, they're looking like a solid team.
Yeah, especially at the end of this game, they know UC is going to be rushing in order to score, and they've just taken advantage of their sloppy dribbling, couple bad passes, and they've been anticipating everything that UC's thrown at them on the offensive side of these last couple minutes, and have continued to pour it on. That's now a 21-point lead.
You know, CJ, they say defense wins championships, and here we definitely saw defense win this game. As
Still got time left. Maybe the Vikings could make a comeback.
That would be a comeback for the ages. As UC not giving up just yet.
Yeah, it's looking a bit difficult in this one, but you never know what could happen. UC used these last couple minutes to sharpen some things up.
Roseville Catholic with possession here, and we're going to get a timeout call.
Quick 30-second timeout by Roseville Catholic. Maybe get some subs in, take out some of the starters that have been in this game for a long time, as we were very competitive, but now RC with a 21-point lead and looking to ride out this last minute and 15 seconds.
Now, you know, if I'm Union Catholic here, I hate to say it, but this game is looking a little bit out of reach at the moment. So maybe you forget this game, scratch it, mark the L in the books, it happens. Look at the next game. Start maybe running some different defenses, running different plays, see what's going to work, so then when you come in your next game, you're better, stronger, and then we can get the dub in the next one.
Yeah, always stuff to work on. Maybe see some different players down on the bench, see what they could bring to the table, run a couple plays, sharpen up some things as these last minutes tick away. And Roseville Catholic is going to take game 2 of the day. Freshman Vikings getting game 1. The Lions for JV taking game 2, and we'll see what happens in a highly anticipated varsity match coming after this one.
Series tied 1-1, all for all the marbles, the varsity game.
And, you know, as we said, any loss is a tough loss, but Union Catholic played a good couple quarters of basketball. I mean, they had some very, very bright moments on both defense and offense, and they have a lot to build on going into the rest of their season. And there is really no quit in this Vikings team. Still going after those loose balls.
That's what you like to see, fight till the buzzer ends. UC getting the ball back with just under a minute.
Vikings here going with a pretty different look than their starters with not that much time to go. As Roselle Catholic with the ball with about 40 seconds remaining.
Yeah, looking to run the clock out at this point. Settling things down.
And a pretty impressive offensive performance, especially for one of the first games of the season as the Vikings with a fast break. Nice lay in there for the Vikings.
Zaire Carter could have put 2 more for himself in the stat sheet.
I mean, anytime a JV team puts up the numbers that Roselle Catholic has put up today, you know that they had some great scorers. But for the Vikings as well, a lot of great offensive performances as this one winds down.
Yeah, a couple big guys for Roselle Catholic. Malachi Arrington with a big day. Kadar Stott and Quarren Williams a hot first quarter, and then paced RC for the rest of the way. If you look at this game as a whole, the end score, not exactly what you want for UC, 19 points. But for 3 quarters, just about, very competitive game. And UC sticking with a very highly regarded team in this county and in the entire state in the Roselle Catholic Lions.
Yeah, I mean, as we said, no loss is a good loss, but Union Catholic did a lot of things right, a lot to build on, and it's only their first